So what kind of problems did you run into doing this?
Well, the biggest issue was the universities, because they had a big stake in keeping bilingual education going because of the money that they were receiving from students and also from the state. So that was the biggest
issue that you had to kind of encounter.
Yeah, the biggest institution. And so when a friend of mine were debating the issue, those were the institutions that we went up against the hardest. And some of the teachers union, we went up against all of the teachers unions in the nation. They were feeding money into Arizona to attack us and make sure that we didn't prevail. Unfortunately, the voters of Arizona felt stronger than anybody else, and so we prevailed. But it was really the educators that I went up against, my own profession.
Wow.
But the rank and file teachers that are in the classroom believe just like I did. But it's the people that would gain monetary assistance from bilingual education to continue were the ones that were fighting us, and it was mainly the universities.
Oh my goodness, no, I wouldn't have thought it was that, but I can see. And that's the universities that are here in Arizona.
Yes, all three.
Yeah, all three of them. My goodness, because they were getting extra monies to be able to do that. Interesting. So as it came out, are you seeing a nice flow and how it is working and
we are seeing a lot of students becoming proficient in English in 1 to 2 years, which we believe that could happen. They were saying it took 7 to 8 years in order for a student to become proficient, and I knew that was untrue because I had seen with my own eyes students that would become proficient in 1 to 2 years.
Especially young children.
Exactly.
You know,
they're like little sponges. You know, they learn English very quickly, especially in kindergarten. You pick it up very quickly in a year or two. And we were hearing from the bilingual proponents, oh no, it took 7 to 8 years and it takes millions of dollars and throughout Arizona. And I knew that was untrue. But again, it was a cash cow. And this was their way to get more money infused into their programs. And so this was the fight that we were having. It's always about money and not really about what's good for education.
Wow, isn't that sad? But that was a true point that you've made, and we all know that. If we're all honest with ourselves, we know that, huh?
Exactly.
We have to make sure we don't get involved in doing things like that. That's not good. So anyway, but so that's so great to hear how the students are catching right on. They're becoming very proficient in English, and that's got to be good. And they're probably helping maybe their parents that don't speak English to learn a little, maybe.
Exactly.
Do you see that happening?
Oh, absolutely. I think the more students become proficient in English, their parents become proficient as well. And in fact, I know some of the parents probably are taking English classes, learning to better themselves in
and we offer that, don't we, here in the state?
Yes, we do. Yes.
Great classes. I know that through the universities, and they probably have night courses in different areas.
Right, they're night courses that parents could pay for, and there's volunteers that go in to help people learn English if adults want to learn English. So there's a lot of different avenues people can utilize and avail themselves to if they want to learn English.
Yes, and if they're going to live here, they need to.
That's right.
To make that as a priority.
Every immigrant that came to this country learned English.
Yeah, my husband came from South America. He learned English.
Right, exactly.
And I love that, yeah, so that's good. So anyway, well, and two, I'm excited because you're Hispanic also.
Yes.
So it's not like you're attacking our precious Hispanic brothers and sisters. Right. Not at all. But you want to do what's right. Right.
Well, I respect Mexico, but my loyalty is to this country, and this country's language is English.
Right. Well, very good. This has been awesome. Thank you so much, Honorable Dugan, for all you've done. We appreciate you, and I'm just so happy that we have somebody like you out there fighting to do the right thing. And to me, that is the right thing. And I believe most of our viewing audience would feel that way. And if not, I hope that they would hear what you said, because it makes so much sense. Right. And thank you. And we want to run real quick to the information. So if anybody has anything they want to say to you, they're welcome to. to reach the Honorable Margaret Dugan, who's our Deputy Superintendent of the Arizona Department of Education. Her number is 602-531-0037. You can email her any question you might have for her or thought that you would like to relate to her, Margaret Dugan 2010 @gmail.com, or you could visit her website. She has lots of great information on there at margaretdugan.com. So again, thank you, ma'am. We appreciate so much all that you've done. And really quick, before we continue on, we're going to be talking about the recipe for turning a low-performing school into a high-performance school. So I know you will want to stay tuned because she has done a great job in doing that also. So 30-second PSA, we'll be right back.
For the millions living with COPD, breathing becomes a struggle. COPD is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. You may have heard of it as chronic bronchitis or emphysema. Over time, you feel like you're breathing through a straw. It's the 4th leading cause of death in the U.S., and it took my grandmother. If you're over 35 and have ever smoked, you could be at risk. Good news is, you can improve your symptoms. I'm Danica Patrick, and I drive for COPD. Join the movement at driveforcopd.com. Take our screening questionnaire today and talk to your doctor.
Hello, welcome back. So happy you stayed tuned. I'm here with the Honorable Margaret Dugan, who is the Deputy Superintendent of the Arizona Department of Education. And we welcome you back and thank you for being with us. We're going to be talking about the recipe that you helped create to turn our low-performing schools into high-performance school. And you're not just saying this, but you've literally done this as a principal for 10 years in a Glendale High School, correct?
Absolutely, I did.
So tell us a little bit about it.
Okay. Well, first of all, I don't think a lot of people realize that turning a low-performance school to a high-achieving school really doesn't take a lot of money. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the job takes a lot of hard work and a lot of time and energy, and it takes a lot of team effort with the principal or administration and teachers, and that's really what the recipe calls for. And
being consistent.
And being
you
consistent.
Said very consistent.
Yes, very, very consistent. So if you go onto my website, I flesh it out a lot more, but very quickly, as I've gone around the state, I've told people that, yes, schools do need money, but every parent should demand that their schools offer these 5 elements that I consider the recipe for success of turning a low-performance school to a high-achievement school, or not only that, that every parent should demand these 5 elements to be visible in their child's school. And the first is a dedicated, visible principal. A principal is, to me, the most important
influence
of a school.
Yes.
They set the culture, whether it's good or bad. And hopefully it's good.
It's the top leadership of the school.
Absolutely. They are, the principal is the person that hires all the teachers.
Wow.
And they need to make sure they
that.
hire the best teachers, because if you don't hire great teachers, you're not going to have a great educational program for the students. Mm-hmm. And the principal needs to be there each and every day. And there are some principals that haven't met a conference they don't like, and so they're gone all the time. And that was one thing that I was very, very adamant about when I became a principal, that I was going to be there every single day. And I can probably count on one hand that I was absent from school in the 10 years.
How great.
And I think it's critical that a principal is there every single day, in and out of classrooms, evaluating teachers.
Making your presence known and seen.
Absolutely,
yes.
Because if you value instruction, you have to be in the classroom. They need to